Some agents fail, some agents succeed. And the biggest factor that I'm noticing is that life insurance agents specifically do not understand the mindset that it takes in order for you to consistently be able to get the results that you want out of life and your business. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what that is. My name's Trey. I'm the owner of Agent Lead Lab. In the past 4 years, we've helped well over 700 life insurance agents issue pay $40,000 per month or more by leveraging our systems, training, sales, and our practices. And on this channel, I try to talk about those and what you can actually go out and do completely for free. So as always, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And let's hop right in. So I've been kind of on a hiatus. I apologize, y'all. I guess hiatus probably isn't even the best word. I've been traveling, went to go see one of my good friends. And one of the things that we detailed while I was with him, he ended up getting married and it was an amazing time. But the reason why I'm coming back now, I'm re-recording and bringing this up as a topic is he was asking me how I've been. We haven't talked to each other in a while or met each other in a while. We played with each other in the UFL. Is that he asked me, he was like, man, I know you're in life insurance. And by the way, when I tell people ask me what I do, I'm like, yeah, I'm a life insurance agent. I try not to get into the lead gen thing. It's just a lot to explain in a quick sentence. Now, he obviously knows the context. So we're out eating at dinner and then we end up going to this like little rooftop bar. And one of the guys we were just talking. He's like, what do you do? I was like, yeah, man, I'm a life insurance agent. I have an agency. And he was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I was kind of telling him a little bit more. And then eventually I got to the point where he was like, man, life insurance agent, I've heard from a lot of people, you can make a lot of money, but I also heard it's very risky. And it made me think like, you're right. It is. It's not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of people who do fail. A lot of people who do not succeed, right? Let me go back full screen. A lot of people that don't even know what the necessary steps are in order for them to succeed. They become an agent and nobody explains or gives them a roadmap. They look at this industry and they hear about how much money you can make. They watch a YouTube video and to a team that doesn't necessarily have the right systems in place. And by systems, I don't mean making you lazy. I mean, they don't have the good sales calls, sales training, daily motivation. Like there is no blueprint for you to be successful. They don't have one. It's like, there's literally not one. So, he was asking me and he was like, well, how'd you grow? How did you grow? And I was like, man, I went through a lot of failures. Like I failed a lot. Like when I started as an agent, my first time dialing, I bought the wrong local ID. I was calling off my cell phone and I was calling all Nashville numbers. They were like super old leads. And a lot of people just weren't picking up the phone. And the people that were picking up the phone, they were like, why are you calling? My script sucked. I wasn't any good at all. And I was like, oh man, it was because I had the wrong ID. I got all bent out of shape. And I remember calling my mom and she was like, okay, well, you just left door to door. Like you need to figure something out. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm not going to let this go to waste. Like I just spent $800 on these age leads. And I don't have any more money. Like I need to make this work. So I was like, yo, I'm going to hop in the car and I'm just going to start putting in addresses. The first house I pull up to, some projects, I'm like, all right, cool. Go up, knock on the door. The moment I knock on the door, lady comes up. She's like, hey. And I'm like, hello. I'm like, well, I'm here because you filled out this request online and you were looking for like life insurance. She was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, I'm here to go through it with you. And I literally walked in the door and I sold her a policy. I had no idea what I was doing. And unfortunately, 9 months later, she ended up passing away, which is unnecessary context. But for the point I'm about to make, which is the reason, right? I labeled this specifically, and I'm just going to go through the name of this so you all understand why some agents fail and others crush it. Is because when they hit failure, one of two things is going to happen because every agent will fail. Guaranteed. Every agent is going to have a lot of debt in some capacity. They will have team members leave, somebody write fraudulent business. Something is going to happen. Guaranteed. It's a part of business. It's a part of life. It's a part of being a life insurance agent. Okay. So here's what happens. Here's the biggest difference, right? When you fail, what do you do next? Right? And that's my question. When you fail, what do you? It's simple. When failure comes, and when you fail, which you will, what exactly do you need to do next? What's your next move? How are you planning strategically to make your next move? Now, some agents have no plan at all. They're like, yo, no plan. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do it. I don't know exactly what steps I need to take. Those agents are the ones that typically continue to fail. Others seek out clarity. Okay? Seek out clarity. All right? They ask themselves, how did I get here? Right? What can I do to make this situation better? They focus on solutions and not problems. Okay? They focus on the solution and not the problem. They focus on the solution and not the problem, right? I guess I could call him a mentor if you want to say, but dude, I look up to in the space say, most people focus on problems, whereas I focus on the circumstance. And I was like, okay. And they were like, a lot of agents say that they have a problem because the leads suck. But the circumstance is that you don't have enough money to buy better leads. So these are the leads that you currently have. That's the circumstance that you're in. And when I switch the frame from problem to circumstance, it gives you a whole new perspective. Right? And I know people don't want to hear what I'm saying today sometimes, and it may not be the most popular video, but I guarantee you, if you have had any level of success in your life, you will relate with this. And if you have not ran into some sort of difficulty, trial, or tribulation, you will. And I don't mean that in a negative way. You have to understand and respect the process. Think about when you first got in the gym. When I first started training, I knew nothing about how long it would take me to grow muscles, to get strong. There are specific exercises that I do not like because they put so much strain on me. But those are the ones that get you the best results. And that is also part of the reason why you should do it. It's the same thing with your business. There are specific things that you will run into or you won't because you are willing not to take a risk. And if things fail, meaning you don't succeed when you take the risk, the question is, what do you do from there? That truthfully is the difference. Single-handedly, the only difference between somebody who is failing and somebody who's crushing it is how they dealt with the first failure. Did they bounce back and figure out how to adjust and pivot? Or did they let life take them for a ride? It's not really hard, but we overcomplicate it because we're trying to preserve what we think is right. We live a life where we say, I think that this is the right way things should be, so they should be this way. And that's not how life works. It's not about what you should think it be. It's not about what you think it should be. It's about what it is. Unfortunately, that is the reality of it. This is what it is. You think it should be this way, it is this way. Unfortunately, that is just a part of the process. You're not willing to accept that, I can't help you. Until you can look in the mirror and say, this is my life and my circumstances. I have put myself here. These are the things that I have done. Here's the things I can change. Nothing else matters. I'll finish with this, and I'm going to go big screen because it's a short one today. You are only going to be as successful as you can deal with failure. You are only going to be as successful as you can deal with reality. Think about what I said. Some people say I have problems. You have circumstances. This is just a circumstance that you're in. Now, the thing is, you have to be willing to be okay with whatever circumstance you're in to get to your new desired outcome. I'll give you a perfect example. I never complained about leads. I only said I'm not willing to do what this lead requires for me to get said desired outcome. I don't see why you would ever complain about a lead. Because the question is, I'm not willing to do what is required in order to get said amount of outcome. Now, there are people who are willing to do what it takes. You just may not be that person, and you have to be okay with that. There's never actually inherently anything wrong with a lead. You just may not be willing to do what it takes to take that lead to the desired outcome. And most people do not understand that. They think that it's a lead problem. It will never be a lead problem because a cold lead and a warm lead can be worked by the different people and get the same outcome, which therefore means that it's not inherently the lead, it's the person working the lead. If the lead was the solution, then guess what? You'd have magical leads, and there is no such thing. We're still looking for it. I run a lead company, and I'm looking for it. It's not possible. It's the things required to get said outcome, or I'm not. An age lead is just I'm willing to do a little bit extra. I'm willing to overcome some objections. I'm willing to have to dial a little bit longer because I know that I get more out for less. Or I'm not willing to do that and I'm willing to spend more money. It's like, dude, there's no bad leads. It's not that doesn't even make sense, especially not in life insurance. There's really no such thing as a bad lead. Why? Because everybody has a social security number in banking. They may not be the most financially well off, but it's not necessarily a bad lead. It's really not. I hate to say it. It's genuinely not. There is a way to close almost everybody. Everybody's got somebody you can get a referral from them. Like so, it's just the things that you're willing to do. Well, they don't have any money. Well, are you willing to then go get their kid? Oh, well, their kid's broke. Okay, are you willing to look into ask their cousin or their auntie? They know somebody who has enough money to pay for a life insurance policy. You're not willing to do that. That doesn't inherently make the lead bad. It's just you aren't willing to do that. And that's all I have to say. I'm not willing to put in the work for that. Do you have leads where I can put in less work? That's genuinely when people are like, I want better leads. What you're really saying, you're saying, I want leads that don't require as much work to get said desired outcome. Where are those? Hand those to me. There's no such thing as a bad lead. It's absolutely impossible. It's just, are you willing to put in the time that lead requires to get said outcome? So hopefully this video helps. As always, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. I'm excited to be back to it, and we will talk soon. Bless.